We'll start the session. Good evening and welcome all of you. Today's very important session we're going to discuss. I am CA Hanumantrao Chaudhary. Today we are going to discuss about the TCS provisions, which is with effect from October it is implemented. Most of you are aware about the TDS because it is very general. Even salary person can also understand what is the TDS because that is deducted by them also and issuing the form 16. Even in case of business person, also they are deducting the TDS and they are also getting the TDS certificates. But TCS provisions, most of you are not aware. TCS provision is implemented by the government wherever there is an unorganization sector. Previously, the TCS provision under section 206C is applicable to sale of scraps. If you are a manufacturer, if you are having a sale of scrap, we have to collect 1% of TCS from your buyer. Because they are an unorganization sector, government want to make them under the tax loops so that you have to collect the TCS of 1% and pay to the government. Even in case of tendo leaves, forest items, there is a TCS, but that is not much popular. Slowly, they are started implementing the TCS in many sectors. They are also started the collecting of a TCS on purchase of the bullions and jewelries. Most of you are not aware. If you want to go for purchasing any jewelries and bullions, if your bullions is more than 2 lakh rupees, if your jewelries is more than 5 lakh rupees, the jeweler seller asking you the PAN number. They are collecting TCS 1% and pay to the government. Because most of you are not aware, even you are very smart. If you are buying 10 lakh rupees gold, you can purchase in 2 shops. It may be shortly, they are linking in that also. You are aware of these provisions. TCS, they are collecting even if you are buying the bullions and jewelries. And again, TCS provision is already existed on the purchase of the vehicles. If you are purchasing vehicles more than 10 lakh rupees, the dealer collecting 1% TCS from you and pay to the government. That will be reflected in your 26 years. Because you are not filing the return, but if you are purchasing the BMW car, the government asking you the sources of income, how you purchase the BMW car, whether you got the loan or you having the own sources. You are not file a single return, but you are purchase the BMW cars, and what is the sources of that income. Government slowly they are want to increase the taxpayers because all over India, more than 53,000 are paying only 1 crore taxes because it is very low as compared to 130 crores of our Indian populations. The taxpayer is very low, so that government want to make them loophole of the income tax provisions. So they are started deducting TCS on purchase of the vehicle also. Wherever you are going to file the income tax return, we are checking the 26 years of the our clients. We are congratulating them, sir, congratulating, you are purchasing 25 lakh rupees car. They are even not informed to us. We are checking in the 26 years and we are congratulating. They are asking, sir, how you come to know I am purchasing the car of rupees 25 lakh rupees. We are telling them, sir, it is already reflected in your 26 years. So you can get the 1% TCS for your tax benefits. This is the situations how TCS is working. Now we go to the new provisions of TCS provisions, which is applicable from 1st October 2020. We'll go in details. The TCS provision section 206C 1H of the Income Tax 1961. This is come into effect from 1st October 2020. It is the provision to whom it is applicable. This provision is applicable only if your turnover for the preceding financial year is exceeding 10 crores. Means if your financial year 2019-20, if your turnover is more than 10 crores rupees, then only your TCS provision will be applicable. The second condition is if you are selling any goods to particular person, if you are selling for X more than 50 lakh rupees to X person, then only you collect the TCS. If your person is not crossing the 50 lakh rupees, then you no need to collect the TCS. What is the TCS rate? TCS rate is actually in the law, it is 1%, but due to this COVID pandemic, they are given 25% discount from first 14th May of 2020. 25% discount means you have to collect TCS at the rate of 0.075%. So you are collecting TCS on your sale as well as tax. If your bill is supposed 10,000 rupees, if your GST is 18%, means 11,800, you have to collect TCS on gross amount, because we are collecting TDS on net values, means we are deducted TDS on 10,000 rupees. But in TCS provisions, the CBT is still not clear, so that for safer side, you have to collect the TCS on the 11,800, means inclusive of GST at the rate of 0.075%, is come around 9 rupees. You have to collect and pay to the government. But TCS provision is applicable not at the time of charging. It is applicable if you received the amount. In the provisions, they are specifically mentioned, if you are issued consideration for sale more than 50 lakh rupees, then only you have to collect the TCS and pay to the government. But it is very difficult to track the advances received and all these things. What we suggest to you that you have to collect the TCS at the time of raising the bill itself. So you have to collect the TCS and pay to the government. You can pay to the government and you pay your TCS at the end of the month before 7, like we are paying the TDS, and we file the quarterly TCS returns. You will get your customer will get the benefit. So you don't wait for the advances amounts. What we suggest, because it is very difficult to make the track. You have to collect TCS at the rate of 0.075% at the time of raising the bill itself. That is very good advisable. If your customer is not giving the PAN number, suppose if your customer not given the PAN number, in that case your TCS rate will be 1%, not 0.075%. Be careful whenever you are raising the bill. You have to collect first your customer PAN number. Now it is very easy. You can track from the GST number also, because it is a PAN base. On that basis, you can deduct the collect the TCS and pay to the government. TCS is applicable from 1/10/2020. TCS on gross amount inclusive of taxes. What we now discussed, the TCS will be always collecting from the gross amount. TCS on advance issued will be collected and paid to the government. Sometimes you are receiving the amount more than 50 lakh rupees. In that case also, we have to collect the TCS and pay to the government. You don't wait for till the raising of the bill, because whichever is earlier, we have to make the follow like TDS provisions. But in TCS provisions, they are not mentioned at the time of raising the bill, but you have to follow both, because it is very beneficial to the assessee to make easy to collect and pay to the government, because even your customer also getting the benefit. There is no any financial loss as to the you and your customer. So you have to follow that method. Collect TCS and pay to the government before the 7th of next month and file your quarterly returns like same the TDS. How you make the calculation? If you are a turnover for the financial year 1920 is exceeding 10 crores in the previous year, you calculate your turnover to the party wise. Suppose XYZ, they are crossing the 50 lakh rupees. You have to make the list from April to September. If they are crossed the 50 lakh rupees, you start collecting the TCS from the 1st October of 2020. This provision is not applicable to following cases. The TCS provision is not applicable in the following cases. That is, no TCS is to be collected from the central, state and local authorities. If your customer is the central government, state government, if you are a work contractor, if you are raising the bill to the state government, local authority, if you are a central government contractor, there is no need to collect the TCS and pay to the government. They are specifically mentioned. If your customer is state government, central government and local authority means Pune municipal corporations. If you are working with the Pune municipal corporations, there is no need to collect the TCS and pay to the government. No TCS is applicable collected from the sale of services. If you are doing the services, if you are doing the job work, and if you are providing any professional services, there is no need to collect the TCS and pay to the government, because in case of labor charges, already our supplier deducting the TDS. Wherever TDS provision is applicable, there is no TCS provision is applicable. They are very clearly they are mentioned. They are both provisions is not applicable. If you are any one provision, otherwise TCS, otherwise TDS provision will be applicable. Government, the reason purpose of behind this is they want to collect the taxes on advance, as well as they want to monitor the unorganized sector, those who are not paying the taxes. This is the reason beyond of the TDS and TCS. TCS is not collected from the imported of any goods in India. There is no TCS provision is applicable. TCS provision is also applicable as we discussed if TDS provision is applicable. We are issued many queries. We will go details in one by one. The main queries we issued from many clients is, if our turnover in financial year 2019-20 is 9 crores plus GST, it's around 10.62 crores. Whether TCS provision is applicable to us from the 1st October 2020. Yes, if for following the gross method, if your turnover is more than 10 crores, you have to start collecting the TCS from the 1st October. If you are following the net method, if you are as per financial statement, your turnover is below 10 crores, there is no TCS provision will be applicable. The second question is, if you sell from 1/4/20 to 30th September 20, rupees 20 lakhs and 1st October 10 lakh sale, whether the TCS provision is applicable to it. Yes, if you are issued any amount or you sold any amount to X party before 30th September 45 lakh rupees, and if you next October, if 1st October, if you raise the bill or amount issued 10 lakh rupees, you have to collect the TCS on 5 lakh rupees, not 55 lakh rupees. Be very particular, careful about this, because in TCS we are collecting on the whole amount, but in case of TCS, only if you are exceeding the 50 lakh rupees, only on the excess amount you have to collect and pay to the government. If you sell labor charges of rupees 35 lakh rupees and material 15 lakh rupees, you sold 10 lakh materials, whether this provision is applicable. For considering the 50 lakh rupees provisions, even service sales also considered. So be careful if you are service sales. Please mute yourself. Close the video. If you are selling the material of rupees 10 lakh rupees, and if you are selling providing services 35 lakh rupees, in that case also, for calculation of 50 lakh rupees, the service of sale also considered. The fourth question is whether TCS is applicable on job work. If you are providing a job work, the TCS provision is not applicable, because we already discussed this is already TDS is deducted, so there is no need to again collect the TCS and pay to the government. The fifth question is whether TCS is applicable on advance issued. If I issued 50 lakh rupees before September and I issued 10 lakh rupees on 1st October, whether TCS provision is applicable. Yes, because you are already 50 lakh rupees is already crossed, so you have to collect the 10 lakh rupees TCS on TCS 1.075% on this amount. This is the queries. We'll go your queries if you have any. Please raise the hand and unmute yourself and you ask any queries related to TDS provision, TCS provisions. Unmute yourself. If you have any queries, you can ask the questions. If you have no any queries, you can ask in any language, English, Marathi, Hindi. Raise your hand and ask the questions. We'll wait for 2 minutes. Otherwise, we'll close the sessions and we'll meet on again Saturday. We're taking a gap of 1 day, so we'll start on Saturday. So we'll discuss on what is the basic knowledge of accounting and taxation. If you have any queries related to TCS, so ask the questions.
सर गुड इवनिंग, सुशील शाह बात कर रहा हूँ.
हाँ बोलिए सर.
सर एक क्वेश्चन, एक्चुअली मैं थोड़ा लेट ज्वाइन किया, एक क्वेश्चन था कि ये टर्नओवर पे डिपेंड कर रहा है टीसीएस टीडीएस या सिंगल पार्टी बिलिंग पे डिपेंड कर रहा है?
ये दोनों कंडीशन सेटिस्फाइड होना चाहिए सर। आपका टर्नओवर लास्ट प्रीवियस ईयर में 10 करोड़ से ज्यादा होना चाहिए और आपका जो
ओके
सिंगल पार्टी को अपने 50 लाख से ज्यादा उनको सेल करना चाहिए। ये दोनों कंडीशन सेटिस्फाइड हुआ तो आपको टीसीएस प्रोविजन एप्लीकेबल होगा।
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच।
थैंक यू सर। इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेरीज।
चौधरी सर, इमरान बात कर रहा हूँ।
हाँ बोलिए इमरान।
सर क्वेरी ऐसा था कि सपोज अगर पार्टी का अगर सेल अगर 1 करोड़ का हो गया बिफोर सितंबर,
हाँ जी,
ओके, और उसका 60 लाख सपोज आ गया है बिफोर सितंबर,
हाँ
40 लाख ओपनिंग डिफरेंस है यानी फर्स्ट 6 मंथ्स का, वो अगर अभी आता है तो आफ्टर अक्टूबर आता है तो उस पर भी टीसीएस भरना पड़ेगा?
हाँ जी, सपोज आपका अप्रैल टू सितंबर मोर देन 50 लाख आया तो डिफरेंस के ऊपर आपको भरना पड़ेगा 40 लाख के ऊपर।
सेल अगर
बिल कभी रेज किया आपने?
अप्रैल टू सितंबर में सपोज सेल हो गया 1 करोड़ का,
बराबर है।
और रिसीट अप्रैल टू सितंबर में 60 लाख आ गया,
ओके,
फर्स्ट अक्टूबर को 40 लाख आउटस्टैंडिंग है, वो अक्टूबर के बाद में आता है तो उसमें भी टीसीएस भरना पड़ेगा?
हाँ जी, ऑलरेडी आपका 50 लाख क्रॉस हुआ है, उसके लिए आपको बैलेंस 40 लाख के ऊपर टीसीएस कलेक्ट करके भरना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज टीसीएस प्रोविजन इज ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ कलेक्शन।
ओके
और आपका ड्यूरिंग सितंबर तक 50 लाख क्रॉस हो रहे उसके लिए।
ओके, थैंक यू सर।
ये बिल के ऊपर नहीं, सपोज आपने बिल के ऊपर आ तो वो प्रोविजन आपको एप्लीकेबल नहीं था, बट टीसीएस इज टोटली ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ कलेक्शंस and you are already crossed the 50 lakh rupees during this financial year 2021. Any queries relating to this? We'll read the quote of the day. Surround yourself with the people who challenge you, teach you, and push you to be your best self. So be positive, be happy. We'll meet again on Saturday at the same time. Having accounting and taxation basic knowledge is very useful for the new startup business entrepreneurs and accountants. So we'll meet on the same time on Saturday with, and we are meeting on the Sunday also. Sunday we are meeting same time 7 to 7:40 on investment. What is the your investment planning? How you invest in the different portfolio? We are discussing on Sunday. So it's very again these two are very important sessions. Everyone should attend and share to your more and more friends. They should gain the knowledge. Those who are entrepreneurs, those are new startups. This is very good for them to understand their business. How do they maintain the accounting and what basic knowledge accounting and taxation they should have? Because most of the entrepreneurs, what they feel that if they're having a technical skill, they feel that they are more successful in businessmen. This is now after the implementation of the GST. If you want to become a successful entrepreneur, you should understand what is the accounting and taxation. Because if you don't know the profit of your business, you cannot success in your business. Turnover is not important. Most of them, what you are doing, that you are focusing on the turnover rather than the other systems, because there are a lot of systems we need to implement in our business. You have to understand the finance. Finance is the now it is a very heart of your business. If you neglect it, it may be dangerous for your business. So we are also explain about our know your balance sheet. I am the author of know your balance sheet. We are launching that book on 18th of this October, and we also welcome all of you to attend that session 18th of October 6 p.m. So that is very good book for entrepreneurs and accountants. Everyone and startup business. It is very good what subsidies you are getting and what is the basic accounting you have to knowledge and taxation knowledge. All these very deeply explained in that books. Everyone should read at least once, and you share in more and more. This is the totally knowledge sharing purpose is to only share the knowledge and get the benefit of more and more. Because my mission up to 2025 is to give the training of more than 5 lakh of entrepreneurs the basic knowledge of basic and advanced knowledge of accounting and taxation. They should understand how to read their balance sheet, because most of the entrepreneurs what they will do when they got the balance sheet in their hand, they are started with the in reverse manner. First they are checking how much tax they are paid, and how much tax they are want to pay. You don't bother about the paying the tax. You only bother about development of the business. If you are earning something, you have to pay to the government. From the young generations, from childhood, they will have to teach them. They have to share the chocolate of 30% to their brother and sister. That type of attitudes they should have in the, if you come in the business, you have to pay to the governments. Most of them they are not developing due to paying tax to the government. Government is not asking you 100% taxes. If you are earning the 100 rupees, they are asking you on net profit 30%. This is very hardly 2 to 3% of your turnover, or maximum 5% of turnover. Government what expecting from you. But most of them what they are feeling, if you are earning means you are not want to pay, if you are earning means they don't want to pay the taxes, but it is not correct. You earn the more and more the tax. बहुत सारे लोग बोलते सर ज्यादा पैसे कमाए तो ज्यादा टैक्स पे करना पड़ता है. Actually that is wrong. If you are earning more, you have to pay to the government also. You will get the that is your back to the society in the mode of road transportations. Government is utilizing your tax to the for the facility and benefit of the infrastructure benefit to the citizens of our India. So pay more and more tax and understand what is your financial statements. So you have to understand this is because everyone should read you if you are a businessman, you go and check your balance sheet. Then there are a lot of then you have to need to understand because ratios also there matters your business balance sheets and profit and loss accounts. Most of you don't know about the what is the ratios. In my books, the importance of ratios also we are explained, and most of the businessmen saying मेरा तो profit ये बार 1 करोड़ हुआ but पैसे हाथ में नहीं है. जो पैसे और जो profit है both are different issue. That also we are very nicely explained in our books because most of the people saying मैं तो profit 2 करोड़ दिख रहा है but मेरा पैसे नहीं है. Because we have to understand where is our money. Sometimes what happens, your money will be with your customers, your outstanding, because that is the cash profit and this profit is totally different. You have to understand what is the difference between real profit and as well as your book profit. Book profit is something different. You are having a 1 crore profit, but in balance, bank balance, they are having only 10 lakh rupees. Most of them having a question because even if I am earn this much of profit, but I am having no any cash balance. This is the reasons. There are a lot of things you have to understand that very nicely explained in my books. You have to read. It's a very good book. We are launching on 18th October at 6 p.m. There are a lot of chief guests and others also we are inviting. Everyone please attend that and everyone should read. We are send the link of this book and you can book online. But then Amazon we are shortly we are launching, but still we are sending you hard copy. If you are giving a Google form, filling the Google form, we will send you by courier to your address. If you are we are already making the facility of online payments. We have to share the links one before that, after that launch the books. So everyone should read your books. It's very important. So you have to understand your business. In nowadays, you only doing the business is not important. How much profit you are earning, that is very important. And there are in India, there are a lot of laws also there how to follow. Because you have to go to home, you have to follow the traffic rules. At least you understand what is the traffic rules. Red says, green says, yellow says. If you want to do the business, you have to understand there are many laws. One should understand. We are very well explained in our books what type of laws you have to understand and for become a successful businessman. What compliance you have to need to do, and how to get your sleep night well without any BP and sugar. This is the system how you follow. We are very nicely mentioned in our books. If you want to become a successful businessman, you have to make compliance properly. Previously in VAT, and that is very different. But after the introduction of the GST return is itself working like a CIBIL report. If you are, you know the CIBIL report, if you want to go for a loan, your CIBIL report should be more than 750. Then only you'll get the benefits. Like if you want to grow your business, you have to pay GST in time because all are showing in online. If your customer is checking whether you are paying the taxes in time or filing the GST return on time. This is very important nowadays. You have to understand the accounting and taxation concept because if you are doing the business in an organization, if you are not complying properly, it is very difficult to grow your business. If you want a sound sleep, you have to make the compliance of all your taxations. You understand first what is your accounting and how much your profit earning. If your business is more than 5 crores, 10 crores, you introduce your controlling system in your business. That is very important because once the business is growing, it is very difficult to control by manual. We have to implement controlling system. That also we are doing that controlling system work. So if you are having more than 10 crores business, you have to properly implement the control system. Otherwise, the employee is earning more than what the employer is earning. So there are many controlling systems you have to implement in our business. One should understand what is the controlling system, how to control, because system should be work, manual should not be work, because man can make the mistake, but system cannot. So one should, if you want to become a successful businessman, you have to implement system in your business. There is no any big and small business. If you want to implement in small business also, you can implement and become a successful businessman. One have to understand every month, take a profit and loss accounts and your balance sheet, and you make the comparisons with your last profit and loss account and balance sheet. This is very important to understand how much cost you incurred for whatever sales is happened. So you have to make the comparison. If last time my sale is 10 lakh rupees, I earn the I incurred transportation cost of rupees 1 lakh. But this time my transportation cost increased 2 lakh, but my sale is only 5 lakh. You find the reasons. There are a lot of reasons we can get the, due to some our manager mistakes, there are a lot of cost will be increased, but they want to hidden the cost of that expenses. So one should understand the business properly to become a successful businessman. If you have any queries now relating to this, otherwise we will close our sessions. We will meet on Saturday with accounting and taxation business knowledge. Any queries, please you can ask.
Sir, can I?
Yeah, please.
Sir, are you taking any session on a particular subject like GST? Because I feel that GST is most important thing to understand each and everything. What all services it covers?
GST also, sir.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Saturday we are taking on GST and accounting. Accounting basic knowledge one businessman should understand, and GST also how it come in India and how it is working. We're taking on GST also. On Sunday we are taking on investment.
Thank you.
Sir, I have one question.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please, Madhesh.
Yeah, sir. In the month of October, we have raised a bill for rupees 60 lakhs.
Okay.
Whether we have to deduct TCS on 10 lakhs or entire amount?
No, sir. The Tcs provision is applicable on the basis of money received, not on the basis of bill raised. This is only precaution point of view we are suggesting to take collect at the time of raising the bill.
If you receive 60 lakhs, no, we billed in the month of October and amount received in the month of October itself, 60 lakhs.
60 lakh, okay. You have to
collect how much we have to deduct?
You have to collect TCS on 60 lakh rupees 0.075% and pay to the government.
Entire 60 lakh or after crossing 50 lakhs, I am asking.
You have to, if you're in April to September, it is not crossing the 50 lakh rupees. You
not crossed.
On 10 lakh rupees and pay to the government.
Okay. On the balance, after 50 lakhs, we have to deduct TCS, right?
Yes, sir. Yes. That is already explained initially. Initially, it is already.
Yeah, I was joined late. That's
yes. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Any queries, please? We have another 5 minutes. If you want to ask any queries related to any doubts, not only TCS. If you have any other business queries, you can discuss.
सर मला एक क्वेरी होती सर. सर जर आपण एप्रिल टू सप्टेंबर त्यामध्ये जर एखाद्या कस्टमरला आपण 50 लाख पेक्षा जास्त केले पण परंतु त्यामध्ये जर लेबर चार्जेसचे पण बिल्स असेल तर अशा वेळेस काय करायचं सर?
ते कन्सिडर करायचे म्हणते मॅडम. मी ऑलरेडी तुम्हाला सांगितले. मैं अभी ऑलरेडी आपको बोला हुआ है वो सर्विस अभी 35 लाख रुपए आपका सर्विस का है और आपका 20 लाख रुपीज मटेरियल है, वो हो गया 55 लाख रुपीज. आपको वो 50 लाख कंसिडरेशन के लिए 35 लाख रुपीज भी कंसिडर होता है, सर्विस का भी कंसिडर होता है. सर्विस के ऊपर आपको टीसीएस कलेक्ट नहीं करना है. जब 50 लाख आप सपोज एक्स पार्टी को दोनों ये करा तो वी हैव टू कंसिडर 50 लाख रुपीज फॉर लिमिट पर्पस.
ओके, थैंक यू सर.
Got clear, madam?
हो सर, क्लिअर आहे.
We'll show the format of invoice, how you should because most of you not aware how to raise the format, how to raise the bills. This is the format how you raise the bill for TCS. This is the standard format, and you can collect the TCS like this. If your material is 10,000 rupees and this is GST and 0.075%, 8.85, your total bill is. In case of TDS, we are deducting TDS on 10,000 rupees, but in case of TCS, we have to collect on gross amount on 11,800, not on 10,000 rupees. We're waiting for the clarification from the CBDT. When we got the clarification, it may be on 10,000 rupees, but till that we have to follow this method inclusive of GST. Any query relating to invoice, you can also. It is visible, no? Invoice is clear.
Yes, sir.
Sir, why is breaking your voice? We have another 4 minutes. If you want to ask any queries, any related to any subject. Otherwise, we will close the session. Have a good day. We'll meet on Saturday, same time on accounting and taxation. Taxation means we are talking only about the GST, and accounting is the basic knowledge. One entrepreneur should understand the basic knowledge. So we'll meet on Saturday, and on Sunday we are a very important topic on the investment part. One businessman should how to make the planning of his investments. So thank you for joining, all of you. We'll meet again, and have a good day and good night. Thank you so much for joining.
Thanks a lot, sir. Good night.
Good night, sir. Good night. Bye. Good night, sir.
Sir, just to know that if I purchase a flat of 50 lakh rupees or something 60 lakhs, so still we need to come under TCS bracket.
No, only your turnover is more than 10 crores, then only TCS provision is applicable.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Both conditions should be satisfied.
Okay, sir. Fine, sir.